Hello, Internet. How's it going? We're back again. Oh my.
Foo, you're cracking me up.
Whoa, what happened? Okay. I don't know what that was. We lost camera views there for a second. Alright, how's it going, guys? It's been a while.
Not bad.
Nothing is
Yeah.
different at all on my end. I'm exactly where I was before. I certainly didn't
Totally.
didn't lug a 30-pound computer up a flight of stairs in the last 20 minutes.
You do you, man.
Oh, I live a blessed life. And that's not even a joke. I'm pretty lucky, honestly.
Uh, yeah. No,
I can't words all the time. It's
Words
not
at work.
like, I'm doing that on the internet or anything, so.
what was Clarkson's quote from Clarkson's farm last night? Life is shit, and I'm loving it.
Yep,
Yes.
I
that
love the
sounds
way he
about right.
delivered that. It was perfect.
It was beautiful.
So I don't know what
Oh,
happened, but in the transition between. So when I was downstairs, had my PC plugged into my TV and then a monitor. I use the monitor
Okay.
to manage the stream, and I use the TV to display uh, the events going on. The TV is 4K, so now like all of the text on my little 1080p screens in my office is enormous, and I don't know how to fix that,
Ouch.
honestly. That's gonna become a problem at some point. Oh
it'll be fine
well.
for now.
Hmm. So all right, what are you guys expecting for Back for Blood? Have you heard about this game? I heard it's some kind of a new video game.
I'm very interested in Back for Blood. I did watch the pre-roll trailer, pre-E3 trailer at some point here. It looks pretty good. I do see that they have the versus mode back, which is fascinating.
Oh yeah, that was really popular with Left 4 Dead, so I can see why they're doing that. We've
Uh,
played the alpha, I believe,
Yes.
yes.
and we personally had mixed feelings about it. It was very sound mechanically, but there were some things, specifically the revive system.
That Greg Miller?
Yeah, that's Greg Miller.
Holy fuck yeah!
Yeah, he's one of the main hosts for E3 this year.
Yeah. Holy shit, that's cool.
He's doing real good.
Who's the chick?
No idea,
All right.
but her dress is very strappy.
It is strappy.
Or shirt, whatever, blouse. I don't know.
Probably a dress.
I just assumed it was because formal events or whatever. Um,
Typically.
so I'm excited for Back for Blood. I hope we can play it without the credit system, the continue system, whatever.
That's the only thing that bothers me,
Yeah.
and I'm hoping that they're going to have some kind of address to that at this point, since like 90% of the player base bitched about it. I mean, even at this
That's pretty
point, if
much
they
it.
say, no, that's the way we want it to be, get over it, fine. At
No.
least we have an answer.
Yeah, I don't want to get over it. I want you to.
No.
Well, that's the other thing is it'll be on PC. There'll be mods. Fuck it.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Yeah.
sorry, I had a question come in.
Oh, we have a question?
No, it was a personal one. It was
Oh.
about when a Nintendo is doing their conference, which is on Tuesday.
Yes. Tuesday at 11:45 a.m. is when we'll go live.
Yes. Now I'm gonna post another schedule tonight once finish making it for the next
Okay.
2 days. Being Monday and Tuesday. Monday, the only thing I can think of that's really important is Capcom.
We have the Indie Gaming Show already listed.
Sorry, what's the other one?
Indie Gaming Show's already listed for.
Okay, that's the other one.
Yeah.
And then there's other various shows throughout the day we might check in on and see how they're doing.
I might be buying a bucket truck tomorrow, so I'm not sure how available I'll be.
And that's all right. Even if it's just me in front of a camera, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
So, and then Tuesday the
Uh,
big deal is Nintendo, and then the E3 awards. I
WB
kind
is
of want to check
launching.
out. All right, we'll go live to it.
Like the set they built there.
It's nice.
It's nice looking.
I'm running into an issue. Oh,
PvP
there it is.
trailer
Never mind.
and
We're
see
good.
what it's like in action.
Alrighty.
Well, there's a Ford Explorer police interceptor, so we know this is at least based off of modern time.
True enough.
Yeah.
That's one down.
Don't stick together.
Oh god.
Oh, cool. It's got a time system on it then. Well, yeah, it's like instead of being a distance, it's a survival time.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's looking almost exactly the same gameplay-wise.
Excuse me.
And I bet one of you at some point random rolls to become the big guy. Whatever they called him.
The ogre.
The ogre, yes.
Game ogre, man.
I like the music that's with this too.
Yeah, it ain't bad.
Yeah, it's better than weird silence like with Square Enix because we
I
didn't
can't
want to
believe
get
they didn't, like,
DMCA'd.
In like the first trailer they replaced it, they didn't even try after that. And that blows my
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
Coming out on everything. Okay, so beta you have to pre-order.
That looked intense. So there you have it, guys. Back4Blood's PvP
It's the way
mode
that it
Swarm.
seems.
To hear more
That kinda
about it
sucks.
and to take a deep
Yeah.
dive into the gameplay and the mechanics, we have Turtle Rock's
'Cause if
lead
it's coming out on
designer,
Xbox
Back4Blood,
Game
Brandon
Pass,
Yanez. Brandon,
why would I pay
tell us a
for
little
it?
bit about the
Right
inspiration
away.
of this new PvP mode and what makes it fun and unique?
Of course, so just like our previous titles, we really enjoy bringing new ideas to the table while retaining the spirit of the genre that we're working in. So Back4Blood's PvP is heavily inspired by our previous titles that mix survival, fast action, massive monsters, and a touch of horror. So our goal is to make a balanced and fun PvP mode with just as much replayability as the main campaign.
So what's the structure of the PvP like? Do you play in rounds? Can you play as both cleaners and ridden in one match, or are we swapping between the two?
Yeah, so it's played as a best-of-3 match. Teams of 4 take turns swapping between the ridden and cleaner players. The job of the cleaners is to scavenge supplies, find a good place on the map to fortify their position, and try to last as long as they can. The ridden's main objective is to kill the cleaners as fast as they can. So this is achieved by choosing the right ridden to counter the other team's strategy, using mutation upgrades, and by coordinating attacks with other AIs and players. As the round progresses, the swarm moves in, so this increases the size of the ridden attacks and shrinks the playable space, sometimes forcing the cleaners out of their favorable positions, right? So when a cleaner team is wiped from the
Interesting.
field, the points are scored for how long they
Missed
survive.
that. My
Then
stream's
both teams
having
swap,
issues.
and then they go at it from the other side. The
Um,
team that runs the clock the longest as the cleaners is the winner.
Now, I understand you can play as all the different cleaners in both co-op and PvP. Do you have a favorite character?
Basically, the
So I have a
playfield
couple.
shrinks as it
I
goes.
play Mom a lot.
Oh,
She's a
cool, so
badass
they're learning
assault
from, like,
shotgun.
battle
She has a
royales
lot
and
of
such.
survivability
Yeah.
as a
Yep.
team. She can also
That's neat.
instantly help teammates that have fallen during battle. All of our cleaners have special.
You still hear me
perks,
all right if I
so
keep the
now
mic up here?
spurs.
Let's jump into
Yeah.
another trailer
Yeah,
that
fine.
goes a
Okay.
little more in depth
Cool.
on the Ridden's progression through PvP. Check it out.
Reeker?
Intestinal discharge.
Ooh, had a little hiccup there.
So did
Yeah.
I. I was happy about the fact we're back in Western Pennsylvania beating the snot out of zombie-like creatures again.
Yeah, right? So there's archetypes and variations for the Ridden, which is interesting too.
Yeah, it's not just like in Left 4 Dead where you had like 5 types. You've got
Yeah.
5 types, but then there's like subtypes to it almost.
Yeah, exactly. You got variation. You got your little changes that can make a big difference.
Okay, so Brandon, we just saw that each different Ridden has their own variants as well as their own mutations on each variant. So can you expand a little more on these special
This looked like it
abilities
said
and how they work?
Kanawa,
Sure. So,
Kanowa
players
County,
can choose
which I'm
between 9
guessing
playable
is a
Ridden,
ripoff
each
of
with their
Kanawa
own,
County in West
unique
Virginia.
abilities. So, for example, the
Makes
Stalker
sense.
can pounce a player and pull them away from their team, or an Exploder can time their
Police car
detonation
says
in the
Evans City
middle
or
of
something
a
like
group of
that.
cleaners and fling them all in separate
Evansburg.
directions.
That's
now,
what it
knowing
was.
that each Ridden has these different abilities, how do they change and improve throughout a match and improve the Ridden's chance of winning?
So as the Ridden battle against the Cleaners, they gain points. They can spend these points on team-wide upgrades called mutations. Mutations upgrade and improve a lot of different things on the Ridden side, from adding effects to their abilities. They might buff the common AI waves in size and strength. So the really cool thing is so they affect the whole team, and they persist between rounds. So as a Ridden team starts to coordinate their upgrades, things can get pretty wild.
What are some strategies that the Ridden team can take on in order to get a leg up on the competition?
If the Cleaners are really sticking together, you can swap to the Wretch and vomit on their location. That's going to cause them to spread out, right? This is going to open up a whole bunch of opportunities for your other Ridden players to attack, right? So if you get them to spread out and there's a Stalker nearby, Stalker uses the Chaos to grab one of the Cleaners and drag them off into the swarm. The Wretch's vomit also slows their victims, so if a tall boy who's naturally pretty slow can attack one of those slowed characters, they're going to really be able to pummel them. Another good one is if a Exploder waits for a Cleaner to go revive their friend, they can use that as an opportunity to charge in and detonate on them, sending them flying and doing a massive amount of damage.
Whew, sounds pretty brutal. So with that being said, which is your favorite Ridden to play as?
That has to be the tall boy. It's pretty easy to pick up and play, and have a lot of fun hitting Cleaners across the map.
Speaking of fun, let's talk about weapons. Now, throughout the
Those
trailers,
eyes,
you
man,
can
that
see a
just
number of
like,
different
ugh,
weapons.
that makes me
Can you go
uncomfortable.
a little deeper into what those weapons are and how they work?
So we really wanted to expand on the amount of choices the player had in Back 4 Blood with their weapon. So of course there's handguns, shotguns, LMGs, SMGs, sniper rifles, and a whole bunch of other types
Zippo.
of weapons, each with sort of like a unique character feel to them.
Now, how deep does this weapon customization go? I really want to know. What are some of the different attachments and options, and how do they change the gameplay overall?
Absolutely. So there's a lot of different customization options for your weapons. So throughout the world, you can find scopes, silencers, stocks, sights, all that good stuff. You can mix and match them. So there's a ton of options.
Last question. Do you have a favorite type of weapon?
Absolutely. So as I said earlier, I really enjoy playing.
Once
bombs,
you
so
get the
the
right
shotgun is
build out to
definitely
this,
top of the list.
shotguns
That's a
are
solid
fucking
choice.
OP.
All right,
At least
we've
in the
learned
beta.
a little bit
Or
about
the
how it
alpha.
all works, the cleaners, the Ridden, the mutations, as well as how the customization works for the weapons. Thank you so much for joining me, Brandon, and for giving us a little bit more detail on Back 4 Blood's new PvP mode, Swarm.
Thanks for having me. I can't wait for everyone to get their hands on this game. We're all really excited.
I can't wait either. The good news is that you guys won't have to wait too long. There's an open beta coming up on August 12th.
Oh, we
with an
pre-order to the early
portion on August
access.
5th available to those who pre-order. That's all for today, but Back 4 Blood still has a lot more to reveal in the coming months.
So you're good for the
stay
12th, I
tuned.
think.
Bye.
As long as you don't
Okay.
pre-order. Yeah.
That was a nice little show.
Yeah.
Simple, straightforward, right to the point.
Kind of wish we'd have gotten a little bit more, but
Yeah, it would have been nice to get a little bit more footage or something, but we'll get some
I'm
gameplay
still
at some
into
point,
it.
I'm sure. I'm going to adjust my camera now because I've got way too much vertical space. There we go. So.
early access
There you
open
go.
beta is August 5th through 9th. Open beta is August 12th through 15th.
Alright, well, we'll get involved in it then.
Registration is required for access to the open beta, but does not guarantee entry to the early access portion as codes are limited.
Oh, excuse me. Makes sense again.
Yep.
No, just overall, I'm excited for Back 4 Blood. I mean, I love
Logged
Left 4
into my
Dead.
account on WB Games for Back 4 Blood, and it says, "Good news, you are already pre-registered for upcoming Back 4 Blood online tests."
Perfect.
Awesome.
I'm not even
Done.
gonna bother then. I know what
Yep.
I'm in for. So, what do we think? I'm gonna play it for free on day one because it's in Game Pass. Yes.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Now, are you guys both in Game Pass as well?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. That's just one thing I wanted to check in on. And for the amount of value, you know, for as fun as that game is going to be, as based on how fun it already was whenever we played the alpha.
Yeah.
I mean, there were glitches, there were problems, but that's kind of the point.
But it was
an
still
alpha,
awesome.
and it was fun to play despite all of that. For the most part, like I said, the biggest problem we had was with the continue system and the fact that it was a little constricting.
I really wish they'd addressed that a little bit, but
That's something they'll put in a blog post at some point. Probably is the truth.
I
of
look at it this way: we are having different game modes added to it that we kind of expected from Left 4 Dead's hangovers. I would almost expect at this point there's going to be your campaign mode where you have to play through and you have a limited continue system, and then you'll probably have more of like an arcade mode, which still functions basically the same, just removes that continue system.
That's probably what's going to happen. Something in that general setup.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, it's pretty much exactly what we knew it was already. It's like you said. I wish there was a little bit more to the presentation. I wish there was more to it, but we got some cool info. We know about the versus mode now. We know, the
Talking heads are still
variations.
going on about it on E3. Right now, they're running a hashtag vote for what are you most looking forward to in Back 4 Blood. Right now, playing with friends is leading at 60%, PvP is 20%, and the rest really don't matter.
Yeah, building a deck. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like that's something that I find to be. I don't know. I hate deck building and stuff personally.
But I'll tell you, once we kind of learned that that's what was going on, and I got into it a bit more, it makes so much more sense,
Yeah.
and I actually enjoy it. It's the first deck-based abilities modifier to a game that I don't hate.
Yeah.
And like I'm thinking of Fallout 76, that was hot garbage for me.
I never did anything with that. But for sure, I feel like they should have explained the deck building a little better. But again, it was an alpha. I understand it's not going to be perfect. It was something we had to discover basically as we played at the time. But you're right. That actually made the game. It took the game from very nearly impossible to actually playable. Basically, is what it did. The other things I'm seeing in this footage that they're replaying right now, things like exploding barrels. Yeah, of course, there's going to be exploding barrels. The different subtypes of the ridden. It's good that we know
There's
a little
that
bit more
freaky
about.
face again. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the wide-eyed stare.
Yeah.
The shrinking survival game is kind of interesting, just in general.
Like I said, I find it interesting that you don't have to really go through the map like you did in the previous Left 4 Dead versus mode. You are basically in a horde mode map, and it's shrinking in on you. They've learned from the battle royale type games. I think that is interesting. It adds to the challenge because what did I always do in the PvP or the horde mode is I would camp out up on top of the sound station in that rock show level.
Yeah.
And if suddenly I can't do that, well, instead of me just camping out there the entire match, I actually have to think about it and move about it. And yeah, I find that interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot more just going on in general with it, I feel like.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm playing with something real quick to check in on our stream. There we go. But yeah, overall, again, I'm very positive on Back 4 Blood. We all are, I think. It's just sort of something that really rings true for us that it's going to be a good experience. So
apparently the talking head in the dress opposite Greg Miller is some woman named Jackie Jing.
Cool.
She is a TV journalist who has been featured on IGN and more.
Excellent. All right, I think we're going to go back to We're going to go to BRB for a little bit, and then we're going to hit back whenever...
PC Gaming Show!
Yes. in about 15 minutes. So we'll see you soon.
Sounds
Woohoo.
good.
Gotcha.
All right, here we go.
Woo!
No messing about. We're just right into it this time.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Sasha's out. She's getting food.
I will delete her camera. There we go.
Yeah, just for the moment.
Aboard a spacecraft
There we go.
with one purpose.
Why isn't it full screen?
You the hottest trailer.
Your windowed mode.
No, you know nothing, Jack Sparrow.
To bring you the PC gaming show.
All right. Oh, hey, look, it's Mika Burton.
Yeah, I was gonna say just what we were talking about, huh?
I don't think we were talking about it on stream, but yeah.
No, that's right, we weren't. But
Situation calamitous.
Sean!
Situation
Sean!
calamitous. Situation
Do something! Do something!
Countdown to the extinction of human race begins now.
Oh, Deadbot, no! We have so much to live for. I'm pretty sure Half-Life 3 is going to be announced this year!
4, 3, 2.
all right, 90-minute show. Here we go.
Yep. I love how their ship is literally a fucking graphics card.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Hi,
fucking cute.
Captain. Happy to be remotely on board, Sean. Well, I'm so glad you were able to finance this year's PC gaming show by, you know, selling all those black market graphics cards you've been hoarding.
Ah, yes, a crime with absolutely no real-world consequences. Hey, Frankie, wait a minute. Is that a 65-ton catapult mech model CPLTC-1 as featured in Mech Warrior 5 Mercenaries?
Sean, I always knew you had immaculate taste. It most certainly is.
Accent seems fake to me.
I can't wait for this year's significant
I kind
more
of doubt
weaponized
that she
PC
would
gaming show
do
to go
a
off
fake accent,
without a hitch.
but
Reminds me, Deadbot,
then again, maybe
I'm-
not.
hitch scan?
I'm not saying that it is. I'm just saying it feels like it.
Oh, and I also want to warmly welcome someone new to the crew.
I'm not saying you're a moron, but it feels like it.
Yeah, pretty much.
All of you fresh
Yeah.
new PC games and hardware.
Hitch scan complete. 0 hitches found presently or in 13,908,665 possible futures.
Hooray!
Yeah!
So what's the plan, Cap?
Well, Frankie, Deadbot's gonna send you the coordinates for your first target, now. Your targets might be exclusive interviews, trailer premieres, or any number of amazing new computer games to beam down to the fine people on Earth.
Mission received.
Now, this is gonna continue until
This
all
is the
targets
schmaltziest fucking thing I've ever watched.
I was just about to say, are we going back to like on-stage presentations next year? Please say yes.
Hitches located, Sean. A single hitch.
That's literally the only word I can think of for this too, is schmaltz.
Let's teleport down to the
You're not
stage
even
to
Jewish.
begin on E3 happenings. The only reason we're allowed to legally be back on Earth.
Oh look, there is a stage. All of the schmaltz was pointless, foo.
Be back, right? I mean,
Well, kinda.
One of my favorite planets in the whole galaxy.
it's all right.
And thank God that teleporter was conveniently built just out of frame of camera.
I
Mika,
think
are
we're
you
still
ready?
there.
I'm ready.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the PC Gaming Show 2021. It feels great to be back on a live stage once again.
She looks
Over
different.
The next 90 minutes, we're going to bring you a showcase of some of the most exciting upcoming PC titles with world premieres and
I mean, we've all
exclusive
survived a
interviews.
pandemic, so.
And if dozens of new trailers wasn't enough for you guys, later in the show, we are going to tell you how to win a custom Mech Warrior 5 themed PC powered by Intel. So you're going to want to stick around for that.
She doesn't look like the same
Make
person
sure to
either,
keep
though, if
out
I'm honest.
a special look for a special promo code throughout the show from Humble Bundle, during which you can get a ticket to get Civilization 6 Platinum Edition for just $10. But right now, we're going to kick things off with Nautica Blade Point, probably the most original entry in the Battle Royale genre this year. Let's go!
Oh, I remember this now.
Oh, this is the thing that they showed off earlier today for like a half hour at their own event.
Oh.
That I skipped
Guardian.
because I couldn't give a shit.
Guardians of the Galaxy?
What?
Showed it off for a half hour. Guardians of the Galaxy?
Oh, they
That's
did
what I
that
remember.
too. No, we skipped out on this one. Wishlist on Steam.
You are watching the 2021 PC Gaming Show, and I am the new cloud-based deadbot. I am streaming from GeForce Now, NVIDIA's cloud gaming
Yeah, I like the
service.
concept of that, and I understand why they give you a free copy or a free subscription to it when you buy a graphics card, but they don't have any games that are worthwhile on it, really.
No, probably not.
Orcs Must Die 3. But first, a trailer for Humble Games, Dodgeball Academia. And be sure to check out GeForce Now, currently available for PC, Mac, Shield, Android, Chromebook, and iOS.
Jesus.
Visit GeForceNow.com to learn more.
Finally, I've made it. My time is now.
It's like Scott Pilgrim versus the World here.
Yeah.
The school has ever seen. Dodgeball Academia, here I come.
My Hero Dodgeball Academia.
Really?
No. Just what the title made me think of. PC Gaming Show is always so hit and miss. I don't know.
I mean, they gotta have a lot of stuff in it.
Yeah.
It's gotta cover everything.
Wishlist now.
Make sure to check out Dodgeball Academia.
And let's be honest, if they
soon
came into
from
this
Humble
whole thing
Games.
from the get-go showing off only games that required basically a new or last-gen graphics card to play, everybody would be fucked off because you can't get them.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm sensing a little bit of resentment there, buddy. Has some rusted your ports?
Nothing. I am happy to play second fiddle to a captain as charming and handsome as you. I have also
Excellent.
definitely not dedicated multiple cores to computing revenge plans in a range of lethalities.
Great!
New target acquired, Cap. It looks like Chivalry 2 with a special word from Steve Piggott, CEO and creative director of Torn Banner Studios.
Hey guys, Steve Piggott, founder of Torn Banner Studios and creative director on Chivalry 2, which just launched 5 days ago. I'm so happy to be here at the PC Gaming Show. Chivalry 2, if you don't know, is a first-person slasher, which
Heavy
is like
metal.
a first-person shooter, except
Hell
instead of guns
yeah.
and grenades, you've got swords, battle axes, longbows, and players are fighting it out on
The first game was pretty
these
fun, but
64-player
I never
battlefields.
got
It's
like
all
into a
about
group of
creating
people
those
playing
epic
it, so I never
sword
played it
fighting
enough.
duels that you see in
Yeah.
medieval Hollywood movies, and also that huge clash, the Battle of the Bastards kind of chaos and carnage. So the post-launch support plan is going to look like a mixture of mid and massive level content updates coming out across this year. One of the things we're most excited about is taking it to different eras in the medieval period. Before we've done the early period, now we're going closer to the later period in the upcoming update where you're going to get a bit more refined medieval armors and refined atmospheres that you can then go in and tarnish it and smear blood all over. But we really want to take players into different experiences and make each of our maps its own game mode and make it something that medieval army would
Lion
actually do when
Spire.
they go into a space.
Coxwell.
When you come across these pristine gardens and this beautiful castle,
Cotswolds.
you get to tear it all down and cause
Not quite.
it's a
Probably.
canvas for your destruction.
It's a cool game. I wish I was more interested in it, frankly. But if I had infinite money, I'd sure buy it.
Basically bottom line. It's the game that got us us onto the scene and started the company, and it's the game that's going to take us so much further.
Looks really nice.
Post-launch plan
Yeah.
for Chivalry 2, the game at launch is a foundation. It's intentionally been built to be extended.
It's not just out and done. We're going to support it a lot with post-launch content.
I mean, you have to at this point. Post-launch content is the only way you can continue. Where you can't just shit a game out, put it out there, and be like, okay, we're done.
Yeah, you can, but you're leaving money on the table, basically.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Noble, rich, wealthy place.
It's basically like, that's what indie games do now. That's the niche they fill. You want a complete experience, you buy an indie game for the most part.
Yeah.
They'll also be blowing up a couple.
But at the same time, I kind of like the idea that I finish playing the game, and then in a month or two, I get more stuff to do.
Yeah.
Fighting style is really going to change up the
There's nothing wrong with either approach. It's just, yeah, what you're looking for.
Yeah. I mean, like, look, I play GTA Online, and it just keeps rolling and rolling and rolling, you know.
Yeah, it's unstoppable.
Which, honestly, I'm surprised we haven't seen any kind of updates on that from anyone.
2K8 is tomorrow, and that's the parent company of
Next
Take-Two
up,
Interactive.
we have an exciting
Okay.
look at Dying Light 2, and make sure to stick around to find out how you could win a custom Mech
I think
Warrior PC
that's how that works.
from our friends at Intel.
Oh, right, look at that mustache. No egrets.
Oh, this is that ramen game, I think.
That looks like it. So it's like Splatoon.
Yep.
And Overcooked.
And a little bit of, like, Rocket League?
Yeah. Willem Scream.
Classic.
A lot of good mustaches here.
Mustache out of 10. Raw men.
I'm not typing that into Google at all.
Hi, my name is Piotr Szymanek.
Yeah.
I'm narrative director in Dying Light 2.
I might. Uthersalsman. How did he say that?
Especially for the viewers of the PC Gaming Show, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the Dying Light universe.
Oh,
So,
Lord.
stay tuned.
This
Don't,
already feels depressing.
I don't want to stay
Every
tuned.
tragedy begins somewhere. This one started with a virus.
I don't want to hear
that
about Dying
escaped
Light
from
2
Virus?
again.
The city we met
That escaped
in the
from a
first
lab?
part of the game.
Alright,
And
calm down, buddy.
It reached the whole world, including the city where Dying Light 2 takes place. Remember January 6, 2025. That day, later known as Black Monday, the military ordered chemicals to be dropped on the city. It was a mistake. A huge mistake.
It was a mistake.
Chemicals mixed with water penetrated the soil, killing plants, turning most people into bloodthirsty monsters. Don't think of them as zombies though. They are more like half-alive, suffering people who attack everything that lives as a result of their pain and rage. Those who survived the chemical raid took refuge on the rooftops. A new order has been born in the city. People live on the rooftops. Monsters
We'll be right back.
in the streets.
Alrighty.
Nobody in their right mind would dare to come down. Well, let's say almost nobody. The exception is the main character of Dying Light 2, Aiden. But why is he braver than others? How did he develop such a unique parkour and combat skills? Believe me guys, I would gladly answer all these questions, but I'm not here to spoil it for you. Let me tell you one thing.
Same nightmare haunts me every night. I'm locked up with other kids. I don't know what he did to me, but he did it every day. Over and over. Looking for something he couldn't find. The worst part was that he did the same to my sister. I'll never forget her scream when they separated us.
It's
What can
dark.
I do? They had rifles, and we were 5 years old. And there was a fire, explosions, chaos. I got away. Soldiers took me out of the city, but my sister stayed there. My Mia.
Oh, I forgot to change the
We
thing.
meet Aiden as one of the many, many children undergoing mysterious medical research. The last thing Aiden remembers from that time is extreme pain, then a fire, and a little girl that was being tested with him. Her name was Mia. She was his sister. What happened next after the fire? Is Mia still alive? The following years haunted Aiden with these questions and with guilt over leaving her. Moreover, Mia is the only answer to the question who Aiden really is. Now in 2036, we meet Aiden when, for the first time during his pilgrimage, he finds a clue about how to find his sister. Aiden's path to the truth is tough, full of challenges and adventures.
I'm not really a
Difficult
fan of how they
choices
did
to make,
this.
as well as their consequences await you. You're going to discover them all in December 2021.
It's very anticlimactic. But hey, you know what? At least there's a release date now, so that's cool.
Ooh, that was Dying Light 2, and it looks great.
And spooky.
Whew, well, we are here back on the E3 stage so we can get closer to your comments and reactions to what you're seeing on this year's PC Gaming Show.
That is right, Sean. So you out there, keep your comments coming in. And as you're watching this year, we want to get your input on a subject that Sean and I are pretty passionate about, PC building. So this year, we've put a number of prototype PCs based on MechWarrior 5, but we're only going to manufacture one of them. And you get to pick which custom design becomes our flagship PC for this year's PC Gaming Show, powered by the 11th Gen Intel Core i9 processor.
That is correct. Each of the prototype PCs that you see before you on the screen
Sort
are
of
paired with one
interesting
of the 6
styles.
factions of MechWarrior 5. The Free Worlds League, the Draconis Combine, the Federated Sons, the Compellin Confederation, and more.
So cast your vote now for which faction
And more,
and
the other
custom
two.
PC you want to win, and help us pick the best design.
I'm currently personally pulling for the Draconis Combine because, as you can see by my beautiful patch, I'm the biggest fan of MechWarrior 5 on the PC Gaming Show.
Well, all right. Well, we'll check in later to see which group survives this MechWarrior showdown. But for now, let's check in with our very own mech pilot, Frankie Ward, who went on a special mission to get a closer look at Sega and Amplitude Studios' upcoming strategy game, Humankind.
Schmaltz.
In Humankind, you will be
Okay.
creating a civilization as unique as you are.
Oh, this is another one of those. It's a god game.
It's me, Frankie Ward. Looking kind of good, don't you think? Wondering how I got into the game? Let me show you. Are you ready to play against me? Oh, you think you can beat me? Posture all you like. I've seen worms with more impressive empires. Get ready to play against me in the Humankind closed beta, starting now.
Huh. Yeah, I don't really know a whole lot about that game. Okay. Scree. Interesting. Wondering if this is Metroidvania style, or you gotta keep coming back with new upgrades, or what? The art style is pretty cool. I'm not sure I like the animation style. It feels a little jank, but it's got really cool art. They always run. Wish us now. Got 3 arms.
My name is DevBot, your cloud-based artificial intelligence, and while it could be lonely without a physical body, I am streaming to you from GeForce Now, where you can play hit games like Rocket League and Apex Legends on nearly any device. With a library of over 900 games and new titles.
Alright, I'm back.
Okay, welcome back.
Thanks.
And always something new. Coming up, a special word from Valve.
Gaben.
Special word from Valve, huh?
Hi, I'm Gaben from Valve. We don't make video games anymore.
No.
We made a VR game one time. Anyway, bye.
Hey! You want it?
Oh. Hmm.
Come and get it.
Interesting.
Well, it's about time.
Joining me to talk about Orcs Must Die 3 from Robot Entertainment is design director Jerome K. Jones. Welcome, Jerome.
Thanks, Sean. Glad to be here.
So, for anyone who's never seen an Orcs Must Die game, what is the Orcs Must Die series all about?
Well, Orcs Must Die 3 is a third-person tower defense game. So basically, there are tons of orcs and bad guys trying to get into these rifts, and the player has to stop them. We give players tons of weapons and traps and tools to do this. And
Tower defense games are still popular?
Rifts, you can play solo,
Yeah, sometimes.
or you can invite a
They
friend
still
and play co-op.
exist. I imagine they're
Now,
popular.
since this is the third game in the series, what's new compared to the previous 2 titles?
There are 2 new campaigns, but the main new story campaign takes place about 25 years after Orcs Must Die 2, so not only will the fans be able to catch up on any new developments with the Order, but they will also place some new heroes.
I'll have to be on
in
camera
our
if
all-new
you'd prefer
war
to not
scenarios,
show me.
which are these new massive levels.
Would you prefer that I don't show you eating?
Hundreds of orcs
I don't care,
on
I'm
the
just saying.
battlefields outside
It's
of
up
the
to you.
fortress themselves. So you're fighting indoors
Well,
and
that's alright.
outdoors, which is pretty new.
I'm not bothered.
We have a new mode called Scramble. It's basically adding random elements against the player, making the levels more challenging.
I want to know about the toys. What are the new weapons and the new
Cool.
traps that are coming?
We are 25 minutes
War
in.
machines and war guardians. So a war
I might take a
machine
nap.
is like there are these massive traps, like you might release a giant tornado on the battlefield, or you'll climb into a catapult and you'll fire at giant orc armies. And then the war guardians are it's like putting other war
Yeah, I
mages
can't
on the
say this
battlefield
interests me
with
at all.
you
I don't know why
to
we're
fight
wasting
with
this
you,
much
except
time
they
on
have
it.
their own attacks and their own special abilities.
Well, I gotta ask then, when and where can
I
we
guess
play
wasting
Orcs
is a
Must
bad
Die
way to
3?
put that. Spending.
So OMD3 is coming out on July 23rd on Steam.
Yeah, they're filling up time for the same reason that the PC gaming show used to be 3 fucking hours, because they don't know how to condense things and make them interesting. It's so fucking boring every year.
Once again, just a few more weeks
What did
to
I
wait
do?
for Orcs Must Die 3.
Same time, there's good shit hidden in there, so you can't just ignore it.
Yeah, it's super annoying. like I'm sorry, it's just the schmaltzy acting and shit doesn't do a lot for me. Don't get me wrong, I know the Xbox conference doesn't do a lot for some people because it's people just being like, here at Xbox, we're trying to blah, you know, and then they show games.
I'm alright with that though. Yeah.
Yeah, and I like that more than I'm.
It's a conference, not. I mean, I guess I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, this is more of just like a weird presentation.
Halsey. Halsey, get out here.
This is going to be one of those weird, creepy, unusual game things.
Probably.
That's the vibe I'm getting.
Thinking like that British game where they have to take their happy pills.
Like that, or like...
My camera seems to have frozen.
It does. It does seem to have frozen.
You come for me and mine,
No, you're back.
Okay.
but first, you need to find us. All I want is to be with my little girl. Is that so much to ask?
Oh, it's Vampire the Masquerade. Okay.
Neat.
Hello, this is CERN from Passion Republic Games. We are a
Kaiju game?
Malaysian-based indie game studio working on Gigabash, a multiplayer arena brawlers inspired by kaijus and heroes.
Yep, kaiju
Today,
game.
we'd like to showcase some new and exciting gameplay footage of our oversized characters in action. Please, enjoy the brawl.
One of my friends just messaged me, and the entire it was a group chat, and he said in the group chat, "I want to get drank." And I'm like, that's the best fucking thing I've read today. This actually looks like it'd be fun to play.
It reminds me of those that one game with the giant robots that are beating the snot out of each other over the city.
Let's check
I
out
know,
the
incredibly
trailer for
descriptive. But...
Yeah, I'm having trouble on that
Make
one,
sure
bud.
you hang around afterwards for the developer interview with Sean.
Mankind is
facing total annihilation.
We stand on the verge of extinction.
Infertility spreading across the globe.
Humanity's last living generation.
a major.
Why are they just playing the news from the last year?
Yeah, right.
The project known as the
Post-apocalyptic game trailers are really getting boring because we see them in the news every day.
We must go back.
Activating the Lemons Gate.
3,
Liz Lemon?
1.
Let's go. Shield. Protect and serve.
So it's Fortnite meets
My favorite.
Borderlands
You have
meets
only one mission. Activate
the
the
factory
Lemons
game. Satisfactory.
Oh yeah. Lemnis Gate.
Joining us to talk about Lemnis Gate is the game director from Rat Loop Games Canada. It's James Anderson. Thanks for joining us, James.
Hi, Sean. It's great to be here.
Now, let's begin by asking, what the heck is a first-person shooter turn-based strategy game?
The entire game is set inside of a 25-second time loop. So instead of playing continuously, you play for 25 seconds turn by turn. So for example, I'll take a turn and play for 25 seconds, and then you'll take a turn and play for 25 seconds. And then we, turn by turn, layer new characters into the same 25-second time loop. So for example, I may run down a hallway and throw a grenade, killing one of your operatives. But then on the next turn, you may intercept my operative before he threw the grenade.
That's kind of a neat concept, actually.
Retrieve XM,
We're
seek and destroy,
playing
classic
fucking four-dimensional chess over here is what this is.
Can you walk me through a little bit of like what a few turns at the start of a round looks like?
You can see the board, you can see the time loop, everything that's happening. And then we both get time to like observe, plan, and then execute our moves.
When and where can we play it?
So Lemnis Gate will be launching on August 3rd. It's open for pre-orders right now on Steam, and we're coming up to a open beta in July. The game will launch on PC and console, both current and next-gen platforms.
Thank you so much for joining us, James Anderson. Once again, that is the genre-bending, first-person shooter, turn-based strategy game, Lemnis Gate. Now, we're not the only one marooned in the stars out here. Coming up next, let's take a look at Next Space Rebels.
And this no man's land has a technical term. It's called common, which means, my friends, that space is for everyone. And I mean...
RTube? I love that website.
Next Space Rebels.
Is this Kerbal? Disciple.
I don't know what this is. Next Space Rebels.
Come on in.
You guys just saw
Interesting.
Next Space Rebels. And hey, if you play enough of that game, maybe you'll get good enough at building rockets to join us up in orbit. But don't do anything illegal.
She doesn't look the same, though, right?
She doesn't look the same. I told you.
There's something different about her.
Custom PC
Yeah, I was taking
content
nostalgia,
you guys
though,
at
because
home
you just
to
showed
vote
up.
for the winners. Well, we're
Oh.
just down to 3 houses now with Davion, Russell Haig, and
Like, the
Liao
voice is
being
right.
eliminated.
The
So
voice
That's
is
about
right.
it.
those factions, press
Yeah.
F to pay respects, etc., etc. Now that means that we only have 3 houses left: Karita, Steiner, and Merrick. So make sure to vote now because the winner will determine the build of the custom Mech Warrior
Rabchenko,
5 themed
Steiner.
PC powered by Intel. So let's
Who's
keep
the
the
other
show
one?
moving. And next up, it's a brand new medieval RPG. This
Anyway, the numbers, Mason. What do they mean?
Mean that I'm very much enjoying my soup.
100 years have
Excellent.
passed since the rise of the
That's
Empire
just super.
and its untimely demise.
Oh, look, the Great Plague.
In these troubled times of quarreling factions and outlaws roaming
Hey, look, Tomb
around,
Raider.
work is not scarce for a band of mercenaries.
Vin Diesel.
The stories of this age.
Or actually, you know, I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen him yet.
Yeah, he likes to show up in random places now.
Yep.
Barbarians? Aw, barbarians. For tales.
Yeah, wasn't he all over E3 last year? He's in that creepy game.
He was in Arc 2.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was E3 or the game. That might have been Game Awards. 'Cause E3 didn't happen last year.
That's right.
That was the debut of War Tales, an open-world RPG
Yes,
from
it was.
Shiro Games about leading a mercenary troop on a sprawling adventure. And speaking of mercenaries, our battle for the best custom PC based on MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries continues. We'll be back live on stage soon, so make sure you keep voting for the PC build you like the most and head over to pcgamer.com/IntelMW5 for your chance to win. So, how about another game announcement? This is E3 after all, and this year's PC gaming show is so full of games set in space, it's starting to feel a little crowded up there. But the next game we have to show you is very special. It is the world-exclusive reveal of Ixion, a deep settlement management game set in the stars. In Ixion, you struggle to maintain a space station,
Her hair is different, Obi says.
managing external and internal threats,
It's more than just
and
that.
rescuing the survivors of other
Can't
failed
tell if it's her
expeditions.
eyes or not.
We think this will be a brilliant entry
So she has
into the
more
genre
makeup
when
on
it
than
releases.
she's ever
So,
had before.
here is
That
your
might
first
just be
look
it.
at
It might just be a
And-
general look change.
She honestly looks like she's lost a little bit of weight too.
I think that's,
Like,
yeah.
her cheeks aren't as chubby.
Yeah. That makes perfect sense. I'm very bad at distinguishing people's faces. I usually look at people's hair to figure out who they are, if I'm honest. But
That makes sense for you though.
yeah.
Our home. She is unique.
I mean, I don't get it. All you white people look the same to me, so.
Watch your mask, Cracker.
Exactly. That was fun.
Humanity pursue something greater. We have learnt
Wait a minute. Is this another game about space?
which is found in the furthest realms of science.
Apparently, space is the new everything.
Humanity has brought destruction to the earth, polluted its blood, choked its breath. Today we
Man, if we didn't already have Fallout or Far Cry 6 announced, I would have thought that's where we were heading here.
But the earth is not to be our grave.
I like the double exposure style of this trailer.
Her children disappear with her.
Yeah,
She
it's
wishes to see
beautiful.
instead courage.
It's very interesting for that, if nothing else. But the voice acting is kind of letting it down a little.
We have gone further than any nation, moved faster.
Eh, it's not so bad, I guess.
Hand in hand with those who, like us, carry that courage. The Tycoon Station is both an epilogue of these endeavors and a prologue to humanity's next steps. Our Council of Scientists leads the way.
Algae farm.
They know, as do we all, that the survival of humanity now depends on what we glimpse out there in the dark. That we are masters of our own destiny. That we must go as a
Wouldn't that beat all if this ended and it
bound
was like
together, pushing
the next DLC for
into the
GTA 5?
We set sail on this new
I'm more
sea
expecting it to be like SpaceX. Give us your money.
to explore, and because our very existence depends on it, I give you the stars. I give you the Vol engine.
The world ends.
Yeah, it seems like it. Ixion.
I see that the No Man's Sky color palette is the new everything must look this way in video games.
Man, No Man's Sky is way brighter and more vibrant than this. This is like...
Still got that kind of flat color palette with things.
Yeah, it's just, this is way dingier. Way
Yeah.
more grays and browns.
I'm not saying
and
it's not
rust
dingy, I'm just saying
reds.
that whole the art style.
Yeah, no, you're right on that. It's all like not quite cell shaded, very flat textures, non-detailed on purpose.
Sean, what if for one segment I was the lead and you were my sidekick?
What? Who's ever heard of a human sidekick?
There are plenty of human sidekicks, Sean. Building list of known human sidekicks. Alex Vance and...
No. I mean human sidekicks to robot heroes. Can you compute that, DevBot?
DevBot cannot compute. There is no known precedent set for human sidekick to robot lead.
Yeah, there you go.
Human sidekick, robot lead.
DevBot, I think it's time for a hard reboot. Frankie, can you take over while I sort this out?
Aye. Let's take a look at the next game reveal.
You understand why they need to have the human host in between these? Just play fucking trailers.
Right. I was saying that while you were gone, I guess. Yeah, it's like they're literally padding for time when there's no fucking reason. There's no reason they have to have an hour-and-a-half long presentation. They could have a 20-minute presentation and it just be trailers, and it would be way better and more impressive than fucking around in a goddamn space station, like, set.
Right, and at like some point, Mika could show up on camera and be like, hey guys, we're giving away a computer. Vote now, and over the next break, we'll figure out what we're going to give away.
Yeah, it's just a little overdone is what it is. I'm going to bring Sasha back in because I forgot to. Hi, Sasha.
Hello.
You're back on camera now. Unless you don't want to be. You don't have to be.
Eating. I'm good.
Okay. I mean, a lot of these games just aren't resonating with me personally right now, too.
No.
So...
I think a lot of the reason that they're padding so much for time is that's like what they're used to on this stage to reset for the next thing. And
Well, let's be honest, too. There's not like there's a whole lot of games that were developed last year, probably.
No.
Yeah.
And if I remember right, the way this show always goes is we get a bunch of weird stuff and then it starts getting a little bit better towards the end.
Boy, I hope so. We are halfway through it.
It's the PC Gaming Show, and when you're not watching me, your favorite recurring bit of a robot, make sure to head over to GeForce Now.
And this is the third time I've seen almost the same ad for GeForce Now.
Were they just going to put, you know, like, we're going to go through a bunch of shitty-ass trailers which mean nothing about anything at all, and then they cut to Gabe with his huge beard on screen, and he just says, 3, and then that's it.
Then everyone's just like, what is it, Half-Life, Portal, Left 4 Dead? Fucking what?
We're left wondering forever.
Oh my god.
Has an interview with Darian Katz from Piranha Games to talk about MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries. I'll be taking notes.
Ah, DevBot, I love you so much more as a voice without a body. Let's talk about MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries, and joining us to do so from Piranha Games is the Senior Marketing and Community Manager, Darren Katz. Thanks so much for joining us, Darren.
Thank you, Sean. Great to be here.
Now, the MechWarrior universe is gigantic. There's a ton of games in it. I even played MechWarrior 2 back in 1995.
What is your situation?
Where does MechWarrior 5 sit in the space?
Yeah, obviously there's a very rich legacy of games that go way back. But in particular, MechWarrior 5...
Is that face from Nick Jr.? It might have been. He's older and retired from the Nick Jr. game now.
Design and technology that I'm super excited to talk about with you today.
Well, let's start at the real basics of what makes being in a mech and doing mech-on-mech combat awesome.
You become a part of your machine. And when you're out in battle, it's not just a matter of pointing and shooting at everything. You're also managing your systems, whether you're, shooting a lot of energy weapons or missile weapons that have high heat output. Well, you got to manage your heat so you don't shut down in the middle of a battle. And when you're facing your foes, you can salvage these battle mechs. So if you see a mech that you want, well, you might not want to destroy it completely. You might want to take out its legs or take out its arm weapons so that the pilot has to eject, and then you can just take the mech.
Now, in the last few weeks, I understand that there's been a whole lot of new content, both updates to the base game and a new DLC, Heroes of the Inner Sphere. Talk to me about what's in the DLC.
Boy, there's a lot in the DLC. I'm excited about all this stuff. There's the new career mode. When you start with the DLC, you can import your campaign previously if you'd like to, or you can start over from scratch and start from any of the great houses. And then carve your path through the galaxy from there. There's, speaking of paths, there's new career paths, which earn you powerful upgrades for your battle mechs, and it's a really exciting new feature for me. And there's a new procedural mission type called Beachhead. This is a big one for me. Beachhead is basically you're clearing an enemy base landing zone for your invasion force. So as you land on the planet, you're wanting to take out satellite installations so that the enemy can't communicate with each other. You're taking out artillery emplacements. You're basically clearing the path, as I said.
Yeah, actually, I'd play MechWarrior 5 probably. Looks pretty cool.
Ending of the mission if you succeed as your invasion force comes.
I'm trying to think. There was a
biome called Extrasolar Moon, which that's maybe kind of represented in the image behind me. It's a really cool.
The game I had for
type
Windows
setting that we
95
haven't had before. And then there's a lot of new equipment and weapons, things like electronic countermeasures and other electronic equipment like
I don't remember what it was called.
Might have been MechWarrior.
Which is a little like a turbo boost for mechs.
No, it was garbage.
New weapons like
Oh,
chem lasers,
okay.
mech rifles, and stream SRMs. So a lot of new content. I'm really excited about it.
Can you talk to me about what are the new different mechs? How do they play differently?
The 7 new chassis of the Vulcan, Dervish, Corsair, Marauder 2, Champion, Charger, and Hatamoto Chief.
Chino.
A couple of my favorites.
Familiar names in there, yeah?
Yeah. So the first one I'll talk
That'd
about
be
is the
it.
Vulcan. It's a very unique mech.
Never heard
It's
of that
got
one.
The nickname, the Scarecrow, which you'll see from the profile. It's just a very unique looking mech. There's nothing else like it in the franchise. It's a 40-ton mech. It's highly mobile, and typically it's used for reconnaissance or scout missions because of its mobility, so it can get in and out fast.
How mad would you be if you were in a fucking tank and you see a mech run over a hill at you?
Get in there, find your target, get back out.
Yeah.
You're just like, this is bullshit, and then you're dead.
I'll give it a couple shots, but yeah.
It's a 100-ton assault mech, and it is just huge beast. Yeah, it is gigantic, and it is terrifying to see it coming at you on the battlefield.
It's something we've talked about before. Modding. I know that MechWarrior 5 has a rich modding community. What are some of the amazing mods you've seen developed?
There's simple modifications from HUD changes, changing colors, adding mechs, weapons, and equipment, to full conversion mods. We've got basically a mech commander mod in development that is just amazing. That's a top-down real-time strategy game. So really, anything you can imagine, somebody out there in the community is probably working on.
Where can people go to get MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries?
Yeah, you can pick it up on Steam, GOG, Epic Game Store, Microsoft PC, and of course, Xbox.
Thank you so much, Darren Katz, for joining us to talk about MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries. And of course, a warm thank you to MechWarrior 5 for sponsoring the PC Gaming Show and giving me this cool patch. Coming up next, let's take a look at Silt.
Okay.
Nope.
Silt it is.
Like dirt?
Like dirt.
But that's how it's gonna look like.
I fucking hate this style.
It was okay when that first... Oh, what was that?
Inside. No.
That was the one
Limbo.
before Inside. Limbo. When Limbo came out, it was really cool because it was inventive. And then everybody had to go copy it. Unless this is the same company, and then...
It's the animation style where everything.
Get a new shtick.
I don't know. It's just a very clunky animation style, and I hate it. I like them smooth animations, you know. I'm a fan of the smooth shit.
Or... You give her a white bubble mailer?
Yeah, she
Okay.
had that earlier.
Oh, look, it's that other art style that I'm not real happy about right now.
It's also everywhere. Cartoony.
Yeah,
and flat.
the one with the neighbor that tries to catch you breaking into his house or whatever. Hello, neighbor.
Yeah,
That's
that
it.
one. That's a big skeleton. Oh, look, it's Hello
That's
Neighbor.
why. I can say, yeah, that's why it looks like it, because it is. You see that shadow on the curtain? That dude's hanging fucking dong.
Hi, I'm Rich Newbold, Game Director on Jurassic World Evolution 2. Following
He's
the
got
incredible
whiplash from
success
that
of the first
transition.
game, we are very excited to return to such an
It
amazing
was
world
pretty
and
bad.
bring you our
Holy
most
fuck, does my
authentic
neck hurt.
experience yet.
Oh.
Set after the events of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, you will work alongside iconic characters from the films, voiced by original talent such as Bryce Dallas Howard and Jeff
Goldblum.
You will lead efforts to
Jeff Goldblum.
preserve the many dinosaurs now out in the wild, and for the very first time, you will be building parks and facilities beyond Isla Nublar.
I like the comment in chat that just rolled by on the YouTube side. Is this an AI?
World if it wasn't for the stars of the show, our
Right.
dinosaurs. And we are thrilled to be bringing to
Hello,
life
hello. I'm generic Whiteman.
That should totally be the name of an AI.
You'll notice I have medium-length hair and a full beard. I also wear a polo shirt. I'm very white. Oh my god.
The G-Wagon. Holy shit.
G-Schwagon.
Somebody's got some fucking money.
I mean, you're breeding dinosaurs. You got money.
I guess.
So they actually showed this off a couple days ago at Games Fest as well. And they had Goldblum introduce it.
Oh, yes. Let's see. Is that how it went, basically? Because that's what I imagine.
Yes, that's exactly how it was. He was very Goldblum about it.
Yes.
I don't really understand everyone's fascination with him. I find him fucking infuriating. But whatever, everybody's got their
He was
people they
great
like.
in he's good in Wes Anderson's films.
Yeah.
Whichever one that was, I can't remember. Was that
He was in
Grand Budapest?
Yes, Grand Budapest he was in.
Yes.
And he did do pretty
was
good in that.
He played great in that because he was supposed to be that kind of weird guy.
Well, yeah. And he was honestly good in Thor Ragnarok as well, but I don't know. It's fine when he's acting. It's not fine whenever he's just presenting something.
I mean, let's be honest, that's kind of what they expect him to do anymore, so.
I guess. I don't know.
Finally going to be the one where you finally pull
He has like a TV show apparently, or he had a TV show where he was just fascinated by things. It's like, I can see and understand this, but I do not enjoy this.
brand new and original narrative. Make sure to wishlist it on
Yeah.
Steam now.
Oh, wishlisted on Steam now.
Wishlisted? We should be drinking every time you hear wishlisted today.
No,
You're
I don't
fucking
want to die.
dead.
We still
Yeah.
have to make it. We have another show after this.
Do we?
Do we?
Not today.
I thought this was it for today.
I don't friggin' know.
May change as we have plenty more to come. Let's now head on over to see what the folks at New Blood Interactive have cooking. Take it away.
Oh, fuck. Why'd you have to say that, Phil?
What?
Future Games Show is tonight at 7 p.m. I don't know if I'm going to be in for that. I might just be out for it.
It's gonna be right after this finishes.
Dude, Amid Evil looks fucking awesome, though.
Yeah.
That's one game I'm super excited for. I like me some boomer shooters.
The fuck is that?
Gloomwood. Dusk. I like boomer shooters. Wait, did I send you that one fucking... Oh, what was it? It was like the European block style boomer shooter, old school shooter.
It just wouldn't be the PC gaming show without a fantastic New Blood Supercut. And joining us from New Zealand is New
Fuck, what
Blood
was that
CEO
called?
Dave Oshry. Hey, Dave!
Hey guys, thanks for having us back for another year. You know, what you just saw was what New Blood's got going on for 2021. Some stuff you might know about, some stuff you might not know about, and some stuff we're not ready to talk about just yet. But what I do want to talk about is Gloomwood. Gloomwood, as you know, is our next flagship title inspired by great PC games like System Shock, Arx Fatalis, Call of Cthulhu, and of course,
Dave,
the Thief series of games. And not
Dave, I'm
Bloodborne.
sorry. That's
Not
really
Wonder.
great, Dave. Gosh, this is kind of embarrassing. We kind of need to hurry it up a little bit. I just want to make sure that we have enough time for our next video. We
Rot.
got an incoming message from
That's
Gabe
what it is.
Newell.
Goes.
I guess
It's going to be the
goodbye
big
for
drop
this
for the
I'm
year,
really sorry to cut you off,
and it's
but,
probably going to
see you
be
next year.
horrifically bullshit.
I'm sorry, what? You're bumping me.
Probably.
You're bumping me for Gabe. Gabe, that Gandalf look. He doesn't even go here.
Is everything okay, Dave?
Not now, Mom. I'm upset. We've spent a year on this. Where is Gabe?
You don't
Where is
go
Gabe?
here?
Where is his boat?
You're always here.
Take me to Gabe Newell. Gabe. Bull. PC Gamer. This isn't over.
I'm sure Dave is and will be fine. And if he's not, who cares? Because we have a special message from Gabe Newell. Take it away, Gabe.
Hi, this is Gabe Newell.
Gabe
I want
Newell.
to thank PC Gamer for all of the opportunities it gives us as developers to connect with gamers around the world and highlight the new and exciting projects we have coming. One of those for us is Steam Next Fest, an event we're hosting in just a few days to give players a chance to try demos of upcoming games for free. We'll be featuring some of the demos you'll be seeing during this week's PC Gamer event and dozens more. Here's a look at just some of the titles to be featured during Steam Next Fest.
Welcome to Steam Next Fest, where we're showing a massive collection of upcoming titles on Steam.
Ooh, Sable.
During the week of the festival,
That looks
developers
cool.
from around the world release their demos for you to play.
Time to put on the gamer pants. Let's go.
Oh my god! So go explore the newest titles. From first-time devs to seasoned pros, this is Steam Next Fest.
Cool.
Oh, fuck, some of those look pretty good.
Good job, Gaben.
World premiere, huh? They got 2 minutes. 3.
No, they've got another half hour, I think.
Are you fucking shitting me?
Nope. This doesn't look bad.
I thought it was only 90 minutes.
Oh wait, how long have we been going?
We started at 5, right?
Oh, thank Christ, it's almost over then.
I thought it was
We started
5:30.
5:30.
5:30.
Fuck!
Okay,
Yeah, it
so
was
we do have
5:30.
another half hour.
I was right. Suck it! We all have to suffer. Why are we here?
Because I'm
Just
afraid
to
that if I say,
suffer?
fuck it, I'm bored, I'm gonna take my dog outside is when the good shit's gonna happen.
Do it so I can fucking enjoy it. Solstice. I see what they did there. I see you fucking Solstice. PC Jamer.
Dedicated to serving you and your crew's every need.
Glad to have you back, DevBot.
You know, Sean, I wouldn't ever want anything to come between us.
Me neither? That's a weird thing to say.
Like a petty disagreement over hosting responsibilities, or all-out robot versus human war.
You know, it is time to look at some hardware. Here on the PC Gaming Show, you know we keep frame rates high and the rays accurately traced. Building and upgrading your rig is as much a part of the hobby as playing the games.
I think she's a lot more fit than she was before. I think that's the
into
thing.
these machines. And
Yeah,
if that
that's
means
what
using
it's
enough
looking
RGB
like.
to light the Vegas Strip, who's to judge us? This year, with the help of PC Gamer's hardware editors, which I'm pretty sure they're just, weird brains in a jar, we've picked out 4 of the most exciting pieces of kit set to emerge from labs soon. First up, something fittingly sci-fi. The Impulse is a neurocontroller that aims to make you
Yeah,
a
she
better
looks more like a
gamer by
woman
cutting
and
out
less
response
like
times almost
awkward
entirely. It's not quite
teenager.
Alex Vance's gravity
Yeah.
glove
Yeah,
from
and
Half-Life,
I think
nor is it
that may be
quite
another
up
part of
there
it
with
is that
Gabe
she's
Newell's
finally
dream
growing
of
up
a
some.
direct brain-to-game
Or
interface, but
they're at
the
least
impulse
making
is as
her
close
appear
as we're
so.
going to get
Yeah.
this year. The glove measures the signal traveling through muscles in your hand to beat your finger to the click. In theory, it's giving you the chance to nail that headshot precious milliseconds ahead of your opponent. If it works out, we could see a tech like this
Jesus.
become commonplace in esports. And if it doesn't, let's hope our neurons at the very least remain
What are you talking about
unfried.
here?
Next up, you guys might be wondering what this chunky
some
beast
fucking
is.
glove.
So allow me to introduce you to the Fanatec CSL DD wheelbase. Do you want to feel like you're really burning rubber at Daytona? Well, then you need a serious
Can't
force
wait till this
feedback
starts
wheel.
breaking
Direct drive
wrists.
wheelbases gets you
Right.
as close to the feel of a real racing machine without, having to huff gas and stuff like that. Historically, the problem with this
Oh,
tech
where's
has
the
been
fun if you're not
price,
huffing
which
gas?
has involved dropping real car money on your rig. So, Fanatec aims to solve that. The CSL DD comes in at only $350, which still isn't exactly a bargain, but it's much cheaper than its competitors. And the CSL DD is already wowing diehard sim racers. It might be slight overkill to use it for Rocket League, though. Believe it or not, sometimes less really is more. If you want to play The Witcher 3 on the subway like we all do, you don't need to drag your tower along for the ride. Just use the 1X player. A wave of more powerful processors have finally made handheld PC gaming a reality. Inside this Switch-like machine, you've actually got an Intel Tiger Lake chip with Xe graphics. These mini machines are going to be cropping up more and more, so expect major advances still to come. Lastly, let's take a look at the Asus
Ooh, you're hot micing something.
PG32UQX.
Damn.
Not the
Yeah.
most catchy name for this gaming monitor with all of the trimmings, but it's actually
You're
one
good
of
now.
the sexiest PC products this year. That's because this monitor comes with a mini LED
Okay.
backlight featuring
I
full local dimming.
I don't know. I thought you
The
were
result
watching
is
something
a
on your
screen
phone or
that's
something.
Not only fast,
Nope.
but brighter than the sun. Stare at it long enough, and you might not notice the $3,000 price tag. For those of you still left standing,
Your
it's time
headset's
for more
fucking
killer
weird,
games
dude. It's
starting
just
with
all there is to it.
I don't know. Sure.
It's got some kind of wireless devilry going on.
I mean, to be fair, there might have been something coming across the pager in the background that I missed.
Oh, that's probably what it was then. Warhammer 40K. Cool.
Full cinematic trailer, August 2021. I can't wait!
Fuck yes.
You just got the chance to witness Chaos Gate Demon Hunter.
I'm excited for that full
newest
cinematic
work for a
trailer.
40K game from Frontier
Aren't
and
you?
Complex Games. If you're a fan of turn-based tactics, strategic-based management, brutal combat, or you're like me and are really hyped after watching these Astartes animation 100 times, make sure to wishlist Chaos Gate Demon Hunters on Steam now to get ready for the 2022 release. Next up, we have a trailer for Pioneer, a spooky and gorgeous-looking shooter that draws on the lineage of games like Stalker. Let's take a look.
So it's not Fallout.
Definitely not Fallout, not Fallout. What?
Soviet Fallout.
Duh.
Афганистан сильно изменил вас. Наверное, это тяжело нести на себе такое бремя. Испытывать бесконечную боль и терпеть ужаснейшие кошмары за весь тот хаос, который вы пережили. А вы ведь, как и многие другие, всего-навсего желали счастливой жизни, не так ли? Пожалуйста, не смотрите на меня как на монстра. Я думаю, что я почти такая же, как и вы. Вы лучше скажите мне, а вы приняли условия острова? Какой ценой вы хотите обрести
Хочешь устроить новый рейд на могильник? Сейчас это невозможно.
На острове
It's like
скоро вновь
Stalker.
разгорится война. Истовики начнут замес бригады, и ни у кого из них больше не будет сил, чтобы нас
What if
поддержать.
it's me?
Единственный выход
Да.
для нас — начать собирать остатки вымпела. Слушай, жнец, далеко не все из наших товарищей погибли. Это
That's what this looks like. It looks like Stalker.
для того, чтобы ее выполнить.
It looks like Stalker and Fallout slammed together within lack of creativity in the chat this out. Why is the whole thing in Russian?
I mean, it's probably developed in Russia.
Понимаете? Я ведь ни капельки не злюсь на вас. Нет, мы с вами точно не враги. Вы не понимаете меня и не понимаете остров. Вы смотрите на меня и на другие порождения острова, как на врагов. Но мы все всего лишь друг друга боимся. Поэтому нам так плохо.
One of them Eastern Russian bitches there.
Остров дал нам шанс создать новую прекрасную жизнь. И мы даже не пытаемся этим шансом воспользоваться.
Кто вы такие? Назовите себя.
Мы здесь, чтобы передать вам
Is that guy short?
Some people are short, food happens.
I mean, I guess, but it's just not something I'm used to seeing in video games.
Yeah, this is just Stalker. Piner.
Is it? Well, that's just a Slipknot video right there.
Yeah. Pre-alpha, work in progress.
Time is running out to vote for which custom PC you'd like us to assemble. So vote now for one of the remaining MechWarrior factions by typing into chat wherever you at home are watching. Alright, so now we've
Is it
got
that
another
part right
stack
there,
of
right
brand new
before she said,
trailers for you,
alright,
beginning
why
with a
couldn't we have
special
just left it
transmission
at
from
that
one
and
of our
started into the
favorite
next
games
trailer?
based in space, EVE Online.
God, Evo Mine. This fucking thing still exists.
Elven lead. Alright, I'm gonna go let the dog outside because I don't give a shit about Eve.
Yep, fair
Great
enough.
job in surviving so far. I'm quite amazed that you actually managed to get past those pirates earlier. You're about to take on an adventure like no other. The star cluster is filled with other capsuleers, and it's up to you if you work with them or against them. You can make a living as a peaceful explorer, or as an industrialist, shaping the foundations of Eve's economy. If combat is your thing, you can work yourself up the ranks as an enforcer, or prove your prowess in a fleet as a soldier of fortune. Whatever your choice, we will lose many on the path of becoming a capsuleer. But I believe you have what it takes to become a capsuleer. In EVE Online, you forge your own path.
This is EVE. You know, it's a crazy universe where anything can happen, and however you want to do it, go for it.
I'm the CEO of a industrial corporation in EVE Online. We're a 5-man operation, and we specialize in manufacturing and delivering fully fitted chips in bulk.
I want to be on the side of the people who are fighting against the oppression, against the bad guys, and it's like a project, and you're kind of putting the pieces together by getting the skills ready for the ship and all the modules, and that ship basically is the dream.
You get to use cloaking devices, probes to scan down unknown parts of space, and there's always the threat of being discovered by another player who might be out hunting explorers.
Your heart's racing, everything, you know, bullets are flying, ships are all over the place, and you start shaking because your adrenaline's pumping because you're gonna lose your ship.
Lumber Hill. That's kind of like a kind of Stardew Valley building vibe kind of thing. Not as much going on here than that. Ugh. What the what? Cardboard. World premiere. This. This is an interesting style of thing. It's a Pikmin style game, but 2D in a 3D universe kind of thing. Interesting. Not bad. This kind of looks interesting. This looks like I'm more about this kind of thing. Kind of exploration, collect 'em all game.
Chcielibyśmy zaprosić wszystkich widzów PC Gaming Show oraz fanów gier Survivor Horror RPG do obejrzenia naszego world premiere, w którym znajduje się ekskluzywny gameplay z misji The Haste, czyli wielkiego finału naszej gry Chernobylite.
Chernobylite.
How do I enter that power plant? We need intel, backup, supplies, and most of all, we need a fucking plan. We'll take our next step when the time is right. For today, let's focus on getting our strength back. Somewhere to sleep would be a start. I'm only really interested in one thing. Where is Tatiana? That ghost you're chasing. I don't know what to tell you. Before we enter the lion's den, I need to triple check everything is ready. Sniper, are you in position?
Affirmative. I took the roof of an abandoned building with a pretty little view of the entire power plant.
Igor, take a rad reading, will you?
3.6. Not great, not terrible.
Don't go anywhere, because we have more games on the way. But coming up later, our friends at Games Radar will be bringing you the Future Games Show, a digital showcase of some of the most exciting games coming to consoles and PC in 2021 and beyond. It's all hosted by video game acting legends Troy Baker and Laura Bailey, and features even more world premieres, exclusive trailers, and in-depth developer interviews.
I might just clock out and not do the Future Game Show. This is so boring. I'm so bored.
Stick around, more trailers, interviews, and reveals coming up.
Like, I might start streaming a video game right now. Because this is dumb. And I'm not enjoying it. Well, this art style's pretty cool though. There's a lot of games coming out with that same art style, with that high bit art. Not that there's anything wrong with that, I think it looks sweet as all shit, but... What the fuck? whatever's coming out, this guy just lands on that wolf and smashes it. Oh man, is this one of those survival games? Survival craft in games? Moby, are you still out there? A big bear. Right.
In a future of endless futile war, desertion into hostile syndicate territory was your only option. In this open world RPG, from the jungle to the streets, maybe if you can infiltrate the factions, rob the syndicates, keep your team together, and stay alive, you might just find a way off this planet. Mechajama.
Okay.
This is it, you guys. This is the final opportunity for you who are watching to decide which of these final two
Are you back, Foo?
Warrior 5 themed PCs gets crafted for your chance to win, courtesy of Intel. Wherever you're
Yes,
watching
I am.
the show, just go crazy in chat with the color.
What did I miss? Nothing? Didn't figure.
You want to see.
There was a couple interesting sort of looking games, but it's not really worth it.
Is at 46%, and Steiner is at 31%. All right, you guys, if Rita's not the one you want to win here, you got to get to voting. And we are almost out of time to vote, but there's still some trailers left. So here is The Wandering Village.
The Wandering Village. Yeah, I think I'm gonna cut out.
Incidentally, look up a condition called wandering bladder.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and skip future games. Just
What's it supposed to be?
It's the same thing, but by Games Radar, and it features different games, but I don't care. I'm done for the day after this.
Yeah, that's about where I'm at.
If there's anything important, we can always do a fucking follow-up where we just watch the trailers that actually matter from future games, but I don't think there will be much, so.
What's been your favorite part?
I definitely am looking forward to Vampire the Masquerade Swan Song.
Oh, it's so hard to choose every year, but I think I'm gonna have to say Humankind, for no particular reason.
Oh, no doubt. For me personally, I cannot wait for Lemnis Gate, because I gotta know what a turn-based strategy, first-person shooter game even
Turn-based
is.
strategy, first-person shooter game. Fallout 3.
Kinda.
You activate VATS.
Pretty much.
No, not never mind. What did you say?
Wait, what?
Oops, system malfunctioning. Well, sending the next trailer now.
Man, everybody's making high-bit games. This is like the 5th trailer with this style. There've been 3 in the past 10 minutes.
Pretty sick of it, if I'm honest.
I liked it a lot earlier today when I hadn't, you know, when it was new, but...
Why did he puke out of his armpit?
Oh, I must be allergic to shitty game.
Yep.
That was harsh, but I don't feel bad.
No.
That's cool. Blood Man.
Trash.
What a name.
What?
Sasha's
All right,
back
you
too.
guys, this is the moment we have building up to all PC Gaming Showcase. Thanks to your tireless efforts to spam the chat, we have figured out which custom MechWarrior 5 PC we are going to build. So thank you guys out there for all of your votes to help us pick the perfect rig to represent this year's PC Gaming Show. All right, day 9, can I get a drum roll?
Tom roll.
Can I get it? Or a Tom roll?
Yeah, COVID
The
only.
winner is Karina! Yay! All right, you guys, let's take a look at the actual PC winning build one more time.
Oh, I cannot wait. It's coming up. We
Here
need
it comes.
to take a nice peek at that beautiful looking PC.
There it is.
Ooh, there it is. Now that is a beauty. Great choice, everyone. I knew I could trust random strangers to vote on things on the internet. With the help of our master modder in Intel, we'll get right to work building this custom PC. And more importantly, now that you've chosen it, you got a chance to win it. Go to PCGamer.com/IntelMW5 and enter for a chance to win that sexy machine.
It's gorgeous. And thank you to our sponsor for this sweepstakes, Intel. Of course, the custom mech PC will be powered by the 11th gen Intel Core desktop processors that push gaming performance with up to 5.3 gigahertz speeds and deliver the power needed to game at the highest level.
Well, we are now in the home stretch, but we've got a few more brand new trailers to show you before we get out of here and return.
Wake me up if
to
it's interesting.
space. First up, a spiritual successor.
More space games, guys. More space games. Holy shit!
Magic 2, a game we revealed 2 years ago at the PC Gaming Show. Let's take a look at Songs of Conquest.
I ain't done shit with it since.
What's the standout game so far for you guys for the PC Gaming Show?
Nothing.
The only one that sticks out in my memory is that Pioneer.
Yeah.
That's because it was completely in Russian.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm just saying because it was completely in Russian.
It was something.
Oh, look, it's Settlers of Catan, but not.
But not. This is a hex-based strategy game. It's super fun. And it's based in a medieval setting.
At least it's not a card game.
In space. Every year, I'm like, maybe the PC Gaming Show will be pretty good. Every year.
And every year I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good show, right? Ugh.
I should have taken a nap instead of watching this.
Yeah.
Would have been more productive.
Wake up, sleeper.
Perfect timing there.
Yeah, right.
Oh, look. Not quite cell shade. I'm going to call it flat design. Flat design in space.
Yeah.
You do the work, get paid, survive. You turn up for your friends, or you don't. That's life on the eye.
This looks like an interactive novel.
Yep, it does.
Wake up, sleeper. Your body
Sweet.
is dying. Planned obsolescence. SNRP's gift for its escaped workers. But we can fight this. You can remake yourself here. They don't own you anymore.
Wake up, sleeper. You are hunted.
Look at the vending machines talking to me now.
Break
Yeah.
their locks. Access their secrets. We are waiting.
Exclusive.
Disciples of Warlock.
Oh my god.
With their guns and their spells.
What was that game that I thought was really awesome? Turbo Overkill or something?
Don't know anymore.
Ready to cleanse the world, invaded by demons.
That's the other thing about, like, most of these games look boring.
Well, and why? We have the most advanced graphics cards, not really available, but still somewhat available in history. I can stream 60 FPS at 60 hertz to 1440p monitor. Why the fuck are we going back to like 80s graphics?
I don't know. It's cool sometimes for the throwback effect, but if you're, it's the fact that none of these stand out. They're all done rather poorly.
They're done rather poorly, and it's being overdone.
It's
Like one or
everything.
two would have done it. It would have been perfectly fine. But everything this conference has had that feeling.
There's that word again. Spoken so callously, so flippant, and without meaning. Never once stopping to think about how it might make
Diego Capeta in the YouTube chat says in all caps, "This sucked," and I can't agree harder.
Yeah, I sent you a link to an interesting looking game that I found a while ago, though, Fu.
I saw that. I was trying to hope that we were going to get something worthwhile up here, so I didn't do anything with it yet.
What? Setting a course for Earth.
Wait, Deadbot, you can't do this. We just had the best PC gaming show
No,
ever,
we didn't.
and now you're gonna ruin it all with this.
Sean!
All-out robot versus human war. Situation.
Sean!
Situation.
Sean!
Situation.
Do something! Do something!
Countdown to the extinction of human race begins now.
Oh, Deadbot, no! We have so much to live for. I'm pretty sure Half-Life 3 is gonna be announced this year!
3, 2. Bye for now, Dum-Dums.
No, at least we're all dead.
Yay.
Cool, that was a garbage fire.
Yeah, it was.
All right.
Holy shit, Greg Miller looks weird all of a sudden.
Well.
What?
Oh yeah, it's Golden Boy. Don't worry about him. All right. How you guys feeling?
Kidding.
Yeah, I'm really warm in this room. Let's just sum this up with the fact that the PC gaming show always kind of sucks, and this year was very bad. There was nothing interesting. I hated the entire thing. I wasted an hour and a half of my time that I could have used to actually play a decent video game. Thoughts?
Yeah. No, I agree 100%.
Oh, that's totally there with you. Normally there's like one or two standouts that's like, yeah, that might be interesting, but this year there was nothing.
Not even a
No,
little
I had
bit.
absolutely nothing this year. It's just, and I don't think it's because of pandemic and the fact that we didn't get anything done last year either. It's just nobody brought anything worthwhile to the table.
Yeah. It's just not a good year for this. So, that was on a scale of like A to F, that was a Z. So, that's
Absolutely.
that was not, I'm actually upset I wasted my time, frankly.
Yeah, legitimately.
So we're gonna call this a day. I'm gonna skip the future game show. It's gonna fuck itself before it even starts.
Yeah.
And I hope everybody else has a good night tonight and has a good time. I'm going to maybe get drunk or something.
Yeah.
So
what are we back in tomorrow for?
back in tomorrow. Let's check a look. Da 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 da. Indie Showcase at 2:45 p.m. is the only thing we have listed. There's other things going on tomorrow we might check in for, but it depends on what kind of mood I'm in at this point.
Yeah, and for me, I might be out buying a bucket truck, so I might not make it in for any of it.
Exactly. So, but that's it for now. And then Tuesday will be the next big day. We'll have the Nintendo Direct at 11:45 a.m. And then I'll be sticking around or coming back for the Bandai Namco show at 5 p.m. But yeah, that's all for today. Any closing thoughts, you two?
Hopefully the next ones are better.
Yeah.
Much. All right. Thanks for hanging out. Bye, everybody.
Yep.